Hello everyone on the Earth and Not, my name is Swag Bastion, and before this video even starts, I just want to say that it is not confirmed that Riot is working on an MMO despite what some of you may think. This here is not it. They've already said that this is not an MMO, so please stop thinking it. Now on to the actual video. I'm almost 100% sure that Riot is making an MMO. In this video, I'll show you all of the evidence I found to support this. To start, we have to go all the way back to July 24th, 2018, when Mark Merrill tweeted this: "Should we build an MMO? Yay or nay?" This was with regards to the new Runeterra map that had just been released. Obviously, this is a little suspicious, but it actually doesn't mean anything concrete. This is just the beginning of a long line of hints that Riot is working on an MMO. I've probably missed a few, but let's skip ahead to the 10th anniversary livestream and see what Riot has to say there.
So for the last 10 years, we haven't just been making League of Legends.
We always knew we wanted to make new games eventually, but not at the expense of, the growth and the needs of League of Legends.
A lot of us spent our youth playing shooters, like really hard shooters.
Strategy games.
It had a Street Fighter II machine.
I love games that bring me somewhere new.
One of my all-time favorite games, for example, is Civilization. The single-player side, not the multiplayer side.
Magic the Gathering, by far.
I've been a card game player my whole life.
I grew up playing lots of classic adventure games.
I play a lot of MMORPGs, which tend to last basically forever.
I was going to the arcade every day after school.
I've been a dungeon master for 30 years.
I think Riot is a collection of people that started as players that wanted to make new experiences or better experiences, so they became developers while remaining players.
Whether you're a tactical shooter fan, or a fighting game fan, or a strategy card game fan, you can count on Riot to support those needs with a really, really strong long-term mindset.
Even though we all love League of Legends, I think we also all love to imagine the possibility of what would it be like to run around and explore the world of Runeterra? How could we enable experiences for players to go explore with their friends?
I hope that in the same way when you see a Disney movie and then you go to Disneyland and getting to actually walk around and explore a space that you know really well feels so magical, I hope that's the kind of experience that we can give to players. That feeling of actually seeing something and then going there in person and wandering around as though it were real.
Throughout this clip, these rioters reference the games that were just revealed. They reference an FPS for Valorant, a fighting game for Project L, a card game for Legends of Runeterra, a few other genres that are touched on very briefly which weren't revealed, and then a game that they spend a lot of time talking about which sounds like an MMO, but for some reason they show footage of Project F, which is confirmed to not be an MMO. It is possible that they were just describing the game that was shown, but honestly, it doesn't seem like they were because the game is not canon, given the exaggerated geographical features, and that Lux, Ezreal, and Blitzcrank are fighting together. The only way to truly explore Runeterra would be to have an open world game with completely canon geography and plot, and by that point, why not have an MMO? After the 10th anniversary event, there was a press conference where the CEO of Riot Games, Nicolo Laurent, answered a question about an MMO with this response: "Do you really think that we have revealed everything?" This comment is extremely suspicious and only hints more towards Riot developing an MMO currently. A couple months later, Mark Merrill, co-founder of Riot Games, was interviewed, and one of the questions was unsurprisingly about an MMO. Here is the clip of that question.
The players' reactions to the announcement, some of the top comments on the League of Legends subreddit was, League of Legends MMO on its way. I think they had not read the fine print around this is more like single player experiences, but
yeah, we would not do that at a house.
Okay.
Because that type of thing, right? in order to do it justice, requires the best teams in the world, right? Which probably doesn't exist in a third-party developer, right? We'd have to cultivate that in-house. It'd take a long time, hundreds of millions of dollars. It'd be, that's a thing.
Was it something that you'd consider doing? You've tweeted this before, and you started this huge thing, and I'm sure annoyed all of your comms people. So I'm just kind of curious.
I think post L10, the comms people understand now why.
Okay.
And so, which is cool. Like, where we think it's good for players to say, Riot, please go make an X, because why? Like that. So why not, right? So I would love to make an MMO, right? Just to manage expectations, though, if we were to do something like that, it wouldn't be soon. These things are incredibly hard to make. Anybody that's ever built an MMO deserves a medal. It's like shipping a frickin' rocket. Like, it is so much work. It is so hard to do. And we would try to really do it justice, right? And that's not easy.
Yeah.
So.
No matter how many times I watch this clip or read a transcript of it, I can't find where the development of an MMO by Riot is denied. Mark Merrill actually never denies it, but instead actually hints about it by managing expectations. There's no reason for him to do that unless there's at least a possibility of Riot making an MMO. More months pass and Riot releases a video titled Developing a Love for Games, where Rioters talk about what made them want to make games. Out of the 5 people in the video, 3 of them talk about MMOs impacting them in some way.
Some of the most significant gaming experiences I had growing up were in the realm of multiplayer games, connecting with my friends not just on a split screen, but through MMOs, Dark Ages of Camelot, EVE Online, EverQuest, World of Warcraft. Those games were huge in really demonstrating the power of multiplayer and connecting many players together across the world. The shared experience is something that I believe is something we have continued to tap into and try to find ways to push.
I've been a fan of Bungie since, Halo, but especially Destiny. I play Destiny pretty much every day. All my friends play Destiny and we met each other that way and we still talk all the time. And it keeps us in contact in a way that we wouldn't be able to do without this game.
A studio that has completely changed my life has been Blizzard. In 2004, when they came out with World of Warcraft, that game became my entire life. I have fond memories of raiding with my friends. There's a lot of times where I was so happy to get this piece of gear that I had been trying to get every week in Ulduar or Icecrown, or being able to kill some of the bosses that I watched in cinematics.
Even if this video isn't a huge hint, it's evidence to show why Riot should make an MMO. Later that month, a bunch of Rioters on Twitter showed the top 4 games that impacted them the most, and many of them included World of Warcraft. Again, this isn't necessarily a hint, but it's just a bunch of Rioters talking about MMOs, so I put it in this video. There is some bad news though. During the time between the tweet that started it all and League's 10-year anniversary, 2 Rioters directly denied the development of an MMO being made by Riot Games. Both Riot Ghostcrawler, the lead of the IP team, and Riot Cactopus, the communications lead for League of Legends, explicitly and very clearly denied the development of an MMO by Riot Games. This could mean that they've started development since the posting of these comments, or they're just not working on one. There is the small possibility that they both lied, but I'm not even sure if they're allowed to. One last piece of evidence is that Ghostcrawler, who I just talked about, used to be the lead designer for World of Warcraft. Of course, this doesn't mean that he will absolutely help develop another MMO, but it does mean that he is capable of it. So is Riot working on an MMO set in Runeterra? I think so, and more importantly, I hope so. But if they're not, then I'm just going to make one myself in Hytale when it releases. The link to the subreddit is in the description. Okay, well, that's it for this video, and thank you so much for staying till the end. Put your thoughts in the comment section below, please, and if you like the video, like it, and if you like my channel, please subscribe, And what else? Share. Yeah, share. But yeah, that's it for this video. I did something a little bit different this video. I actually had a script that I stuck to, which I don't do often, but I just think it makes me sound really, not genuine. So just tell me what you guys think. Obviously, it's more difficult for me to make a video that displays information without a script, but just tell me what you think of this video, because I had a script. And that's it. I'm done rambling. Thank you for watching again, and have a Daylin.